and seemingly with the blink of an eye, it's time for the playoffs. It was a great season, everybody, but now it's time to talk about the last 4 teams that matter. Starting off with Nick. Where do I even start? I could start with, after 2 weeks, John saying, damn, I thought Nick was good in this league, to what your team became after that. An absolute powerhouse, firing on all cylinders, mostly all positions, and of course riding that 9-game winning streak to finish out the season, tying your own personal and league record for the most wins in a row in a single season. It's 12 total games if you count the 3 games you won the very next season to open up. Even though you lost the Super Bowl in the year 1, it doesn't count as an overall win streak, but who knows? Maybe these playoffs and the beginning of next season could change that. You know who you're playing in the first round. Now use all that firepower you got to send him home where he belongs. But before we get to that, let's talk about the 2 seed, Nolan. With a healthy roster, I seriously don't know if anyone can stop him. Injuries have derailed the second half of the year for him. It's been an outstanding season overall. These last couple weeks have been nowhere near as dominant as the first 2/3 of the season was. Acquiring Jalen Hurts in a trade has solved your QB situation, at least in most games. Tyreek Hill has been the best wide receiver in fantasy, and it's not even close. I would just say your prayers that he's going to be okay in these next couple weeks. 1 game at a time, but you really need him next week. It would be nice if the Jacks could stop playing like ass and Travis Etienne could flash the talent that he flashed earlier in the season, wouldn't it? I know you're going to need it. He's capable, just inconsistent. Also acquiring St. Brown in that, the same trade that you got Jalen Hurts has also skyrocketed your season. The man is a touchdown machine, and you're going to need him to show up and then some against your opponent. In the 3rd seed, we have Josh. Just past the halfway point of the season, his playoff hopes were in the air. After a defeat to me, his team has caught fire. Though inconsistent with QB play and some of his wide receivers, when they're on their game, holy shit are they on. Deebo Samuel as of late has been one of the most dominant receivers, if not the most dominant fantasy receiver that the league has seen right now. A few weeks ago, you guys played in a shootout, and you were able to come out on top. That game kept your playoff hopes alive. Now you're here, and now he's your opponent. Just do it again, for real this time. You haven't won a playoff game since your first season, and we all know what happened that first season. You came out on top. So the math is simple. You win the playoff game and make it to the Super Bowl, the odds are that you win the Super Bowl. Best of luck. You're going to need it. As for the 4th seed, you again. How many times does your opposition have to teach you this lesson, Jack? You don't belong here. You never did. I'm talking out of my ass now. Your team is pretty solid when everybody's on their game. Stephon Diggs is still a hot and cold receiver, but again, when he goes crazy, he goes crazy. And then probably the acquisition of the season, Sam Laporta. Holy fuck, what a pickup that was. He single-handedly helped boost you into the playoffs. You better hope that Keenan Allen comes back, though. But even then, I don't know what his production will be with Herbert out for the rest of the season. Who knows? I talk shit, and I'm not going to do it again. And yeah, we all know what happened. He turned into a unit. Meanwhile, Courtland Sutton, holy shit, what a receiver he's been this year for you. You got the pieces, but can you put it all together? And with that, the stage is set. The final push for Super Bowl 11. It has been an epic season. Upsets galore, I swept Jack, high-scoring matchups, and a lot of young stars that we're going to be seeing in this league for a long time. Even though I haven't felt the glory of being in the playoffs in a long time, I still get goosebumps thinking about how awesome it is. There's just something about our league. It's just always been special. Once we implemented that bracket, things have heated up considerably. This has been a very fun season. Perhaps the most fun. I'm very excited to see how these playoffs turn out. Except for if Jack wins. But I'd be lying if I said it wouldn't be cool to see somebody new finally win a ring. But to the contestants, best of luck. These next 2 weeks are going to be a blast to watch. And like I said at the beginning of the year, may the best team win. Always. And if I had to give my honest projections, it will be Nick versus Nolan. Nolan will win. As long as Tyreek Hill is healthy. I just jinxed you, didn't I? But before we go, let's take a look at my early predictions for the playoffs. Not bad, to be honest. The seeding is out of order, but I got 3 out of 4 teams. Good luck, everyone.